Who are you? And why are you here today? Hi, I'm Mia, and I thought I would share a bit more about where I'm coming from and why I'm here today speaking to you. But first, let me tell you a story of an elderly woman that I'm sure many of you can relate to as well. Once upon a time, there was an elderly woman who needed to walk every day down to the river and fetch some water for drinking and cooking and cleaning. And she carried 2 buckets with her. She filled the buckets with water at the riverbank and then walked with the bucket back to her cottage home. One of the buckets was new, it was perfectly sealed, it was flawless. But the second bucket was older and had a few thin cracks that would leak water when the elderly woman would walk down the road. And by the time that she arrived home, 1/3 of the water from the second bucket would have already fallen to the ground through its cracks. And one day, as the woman walked down the road to the river, the older bucket, which had never felt like it's as good as the other bucket, said to the elderly woman, "I want you to know that I've been leaking water every day for past several years, and I'm so sorry for being cracked and making your life difficult. I understand if you need to replace me with a better bucket." The elderly woman smiled and she asked, "Do you really think I haven't known about your cracks this whole time? Look at all the beautiful flowers that you have grown on this road, which seeds I planted, but you watered them every single day. Thanks to its cracks, this older bucket had grown beautiful flowers along the path that the elderly woman took every single day." So remember, feeling like you're not good enough in life or work or business or relationships has everything to do with how we personally judge our own cracks in our bucket. Because we all have cracks, but do they define us? Do they make us less than? Or do the cracks that you have water the trail that you haven't even taken a moment to appreciate? So choose to see the flowers through the cracks of your own bucket. And it's exactly those cracks that make you good enough as you are. I had a dream of starting a YouTube for years. And you know why I didn't? Because the moment I was just about to start my YouTube, someone close to me who I respected and looked up to would tell me that YouTube is a completely different ballgame and you're not big enough for this. And so I internalized it and thought, okay, maybe Instagram and Facebook is what I'm good enough for. Who will want to listen to me if I'm not big? I'm probably not interesting enough or successful enough for people to want to listen to me. But it's not just YouTube, is it? I'm not enough. It's a theme that goes through our lives. But not enough, what does it even mean? Not enough for who? Not enough for what? So we have these limits, but we don't even know what it means. Who are we comparing ourselves to, and what are we comparing our actions to? You see, so many times in my life I heard, "You're not good enough, you're not strong enough, you're not big enough, you're not talented enough, you're not beautiful enough, you're not good enough for this." And I used to believe it, I used to internalize it. And it's as if all my life I tried so hard to prove that I am enough, that I'm smart enough, that I'm good enough, that I'm strong enough. I was always looking for the next thing to do, the next accomplishment to have, the next stepping stone in my journey to prove that I'm good enough, that I'm worthy. And in that moment when it comes to sports and I played football, I decided not to quit. I kept working, I pushed past my limits, I put in the extra effort. I didn't give up just to prove what they said isn't true. And then I found myself injured. I found myself depressed. I found myself feeling anxious because I was trying to be someone I'm not. And in 2019, when I was at my rock bottom and I was in clinically diagnosed severe depression, I didn't know who I am or why I'm here or what do I even want to do with my life. See, that's when my journey began of finding that I'm good enough just as I am and I don't need to do all these things to prove to myself that I'm good enough. That it's not them who define my worthiness, but it's me who defines my worthiness. And so I read books, I listened to podcasts, I worked on myself, I hired mentors. I focused on me, and I focused on improving me and finding my true self and finding the worthiness from within me. No matter what they say, no matter what they think, you gotta believe that you are good enough, that you're talented enough, that you're strong enough, that you're smart enough, that you're beautiful enough, that you are enough as you are. And no one can change that. All it matters is what you say and believe about yourself. Don't listen to the people who make you feel small. Don't. They're putting their own fears, their own insecurities, their own doubts, and maybe unfulfilled dreams onto you. And it's not your story to hold. Your story is yours. And your worthiness is yours to define. I had to grow up very early in my life. I had to learn what it means to be a girl with no self-worth, no self-confidence, no vision for her life, no belief in herself. I know what it feels like to feel powerless, to not feel like you have a voice, to not want to be in this world anymore. And I've done so much inner work over the years to be here today speaking to you. See, they teach us at school all the things about math and physics and geography, and that is great. But what they don't teach us is how to really understand yourself and love yourself. When you go into life and you struggle with depression or anxiety, you're labeled, you're given pills just to patch it up. You know, take these antidepressants, numb yourself, and that's fine. It's all okay. But it's not about numbing. It's about going deep and discovering the root causes of your depression, of your anxiety. See, I've been down the road, I've taken strong antidepressants, and to a point where I didn't know myself. It wasn't me anymore who was living in this world. And getting out of that place was so hard. You're maybe told that you're just an anxious person. You're just a depressed person. Nobody's there to be with you, support you, and help you to get to the root of it. Why is there anxiety? Why is there depression? So just patching things up with medicine and positivity is not gonna heal the deeper wounds within you. It's not that overcoming depression or anxiety is just an overnight thing and you can maybe numb yourself with taking medicine. I know it's easier, but what's more worth it is starting the journey to loving yourself, to healing yourself, to learning about yourself, understanding yourself. Where are these things coming from for you? To finding people who will support you and guide you and help you through your journey of discovering your truth again, of discovering your worth, of discovering who you truly are and what do you want to do that lights your soul up. So I've been through the journey of coming from the lowest of lows to being here in front of you today to speak. And why I'm doing what I'm doing is because I've been at the bottom. I know what it's like to feel powerless, to feel like you don't want to live anymore, to feel like there's nothing that excites you, nothing that makes you happy. There's nothing for you in this world. And I've done the work with myself to be at this point right now, to be guiding you and helping you and guiding so many women all across the world to help transform their lives and find their true selves again. And I'm doing this because I don't want any other woman to feel what I felt throughout my journey. I don't want anyone to feel alone. I don't want anyone to feel like they're not good enough. Like they don't matter, like their voice doesn't matter, their opinion doesn't matter. So I'm here and I'm gonna be here every single day reminding you that you are good enough. You deserve the best in this world. If you want to stay in touch with me on a daily basis, you can always find me on Instagram, or I also have a free private Facebook community where I do lives every week and help you, coach you for free. Because I want you to have a good life. I want you to have a life that you feel proud of, that you feel happy for, that you're excited to wake up in the morning, and that you truly feel that true happiness, that true joy and inner peace from within you. Because you deserve more. You deserve better. And it's time for you to rewrite your story. It's time for you to rewrite your chapter. Just think about all the times that you felt like you're not good enough. It doesn't feel good, does it? So let's change that. So to start with that, today I want you to reflect on and think about, what would your life look like without the belief that you're not good enough? What would you do? How would you hold yourself? What would your habits be? How would you talk to yourself about yourself? How would you talk to others? How much more would you dream bigger? Do more things that light you up? Reflect on that question today, journal it out, record a voice note to yourself, or just go for a walk and think about that. And then start to put in the effort and work to make that a reality for you. And it's not gonna be an overnight thing. It wasn't for me. And anyone who tells you that if you're feeling like you're not good enough today, that it's possible to feel like you're good enough tomorrow is a lie. It's not gonna be so easy. It's gonna take work. It's gonna take a lot of work, and especially subconscious healing work and not just the conscious work. But it's possible. And life without that belief is gonna be amazing. So keep reminding yourself that it's possible for you, that you are good enough as you are, and one day it will become your reality. And on that journey, I want you to be kind to yourself, to celebrate yourself, to acknowledge and accept yourself as you are, and admit that it's okay not to be perfect. It's okay when you stumble and fall and then you get back up again. If this video spoke to you today, don't forget to like this video or share it with a friend that you think that needs to hear this message as well. Because on this journey, it's not just about us, but it's also the people around us who we love and care about. We want to help them too, and we want to create this ripple effect, because by you changing your life and changing yourself for the better, you're also creating a ripple effect to the people around you. Because I'm here to help you have the best life that you deserve. And if you're new to my channel, I welcome you and I thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed yet, go do so you can stay up to date. All of my videos that are coming out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I will love to see you soon again. Until then, with love, Mia.